Hey, Slàinté, y'all. Welcome to Scotch on the Bayou. I'm exhausted, but I'm so excited. And I'm excited to be here yet. But yeah, this is just a free for all tonight. This is a bon voyage because this time tomorrow night I'm going to be sitting there waiting to get on a plane in New Orleans to fly to Heathrow, then change planes, and then get into Edinburgh. And I'm super stoked and slightly panicked. Um, I think I'm ready, but this has been way too long coming. I'm so excited to be able to get out of Dodge and be able to get back to Scotland, to be able to travel again. It's going to be a little kind of crazy. I've taken some trips, since we've all been, the world's gotten a little bit better than being crazy and like it was in 2020. But yeah, to be able to finally say it's here. It's just been out there for so long and now it's here. And spiritually, I will be taking you all with me. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. Talk about some of you I know have been there. A couple of you are from there, and I'll get to see. So we'll talk about that and just share some drams and ease into vacay mode. That's where I'm going with this for sure. Let's see who all is in here. Hey, Too Slow was fast on the draw today and was first in. Thanks for being here, friend. I appreciate it. And this guy, Andrew Butler, he's got the patience of Job because I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And we finally nailed down all of our plans. And Mark and I will actually get to meet Andrew during daylight hours for him and not in the middle of the night like it is right now. So thanks, Andrew. I'm really super excited about that and getting to see you in London. And Whiskey Franco is here. Hey, time to be jealous. George Kaplan on Instagram was talking about FOMO today. And I've had FOMO for a while. We all do. But yeah, we'll all get there eventually. But yeah, let me know what's in your glass. So one of the places I'm finally getting to go to Speyside because I've never been to Speyside before. In the other two trips, the first being complete happenstance, and the second was purely Isla. But so I'm on a Glenallachie kick right now, and I'm manifesting that I will walk in and see Billy Walker. I'm going to just put that out to the whiskey universe to see if that happens. But this is a 15-year Oloroso and PX from what I remember. And I mean, natural color, just ooh la la. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So yeah, hey everybody. Now this guy, I was like, I'm going to have a nice quick phone call with Mark because he spent almost 2 weeks, if not 2 weeks, over there. Good to see you, Mark. And he gave me some great last minute tips. So keep those coming. I looked down. We've been talking for 2 hours, and it seemed like it was 20 minutes. So yeah, really do appreciate that. And I actually got reservations for Port Charlotte Hotel Restaurant one night when we're going to be on Isla. So I was glad I was able to snag those. I didn't even think about it. Mr. Great Shot, good to see you. Thanks for being here, and cheers. Let me know what you're drinking tonight. Oh my goodness. So Andrew bought a ticket for the grand tasting at this year's Stornock Whiskey Festival, so I'm not quite so jealous. That one is, yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. I'm actually going to go by there when I go up to Clynelish and then over to Glenmorangie. I'll drop in there to see what is going on for sure. I have a feeling that place, my friend Mike's Whiskey Shop, the Good Spirits Company, and Gordon and MacPhail are going to be my Achilles heel. Like all of those are just going to get me in some trouble. I have a feeling that it's not like going to the distilleries aren't going to be temptation enough for everything that's over there. It's going to be kind of those specialty bottlings that are going to go, Leanne, come buy me. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, Pam, coming in on Facebook. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. And Slàinté, my friend. Um, yeah, just it's gonna be good. Hey, Joe, Slàinté, you too. Also Chad Anderson. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for some interesting dallion while I'm over there, since I can't go to. That's one of the distilleries Chad absolutely loves, but they don't have, the distillery isn't open to everyone. It was during the Space Side Festival, so there are definitely pros and cons of going over there during festival time. This is the Campbelltown Festival. And way back when I was planning, this was the week I was going to go. I was going to be there this like Monday. And the more I thought about it, I'd not been to Campbelltown before. And I was so worried about tickets and just the angst of all of that, that I was like, you know what, this trip, I'm not gonna do the festival route. So I'm actually gonna I just want to kind of not worry about crowds just yet. I love the fever pitch of a festival. Don't get me wrong. But for my first time of really deep diving into distilleries, I just kind of wanted to kind of go in, chill, and all of that. So we've got this week festival would be Campbelltown, and then next week is Special on Isla. So we're actually catching both of those a week or two after each of them happen. So maybe there will still be some, festival bottlings available. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but there will not be a lack for whiskey over there. So I'm not too worried about it. That's for sure. Hey, meow, meow, sugar kitty. Definitely multitasking, watching and doing something else, I'm sure. Thanks for being here. I feel like this is a bon voyage send off, as we get ready to go. I am literally packed. I'm packed. I don't know. You may have seen my Instagram post day before yesterday. My big suitcase that I'm packing, that I'm checking rather, it came in under 50 pounds. So I'm really, really happy. Um, and that's because I have 3 bottles in that going to Scotland. We'll talk about that in a bit. And some goodies and some lanyap and some fun. I'm taking some Mardi Gras beans, some Scotch on the Bayou Mardi Gras beans. People gonna think I'm crazy. I don't care. So I've got a lot of swag and loot and fun stuff like that that won't be there when I'm coming back. So hopefully we'll display some of that with some more whiskey bottles coming back in. Um, yeah, so let's see who else. Oh, hey, me, my wife, and whiskey. That's awesome. Hey, great. Thanks for being here. Hello, and let me know what you're drinking, friend. Uh, I'm drinking a Glenallachie 15 Speyside. Hey, Jimmy Jazz. Uh, you're just amazing. I love all that he does over there. Talk about FOMO every time he's over and doing the London Whiskey uh Club. It's like, how amazing. Awesome, awesome. Hey, um good to see you, James. I'm you're way over there, so it's a wonder anything can get that far across. But thank you for being here, friend. I really do appreciate it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, so let me know what you all are drinking. So logistically, I'm all packed. I've got Mark all packed. So I leave tomorrow night. Then Mark leaves a week tomorrow night. So we're 1 week ahead of it. So my first week, I'm going into Edinburgh. I get to see a friend that I haven't seen since 2019, just coming over from Glasgow. I'm doing Holyrood, which I'm really excited about since it's just, an infant in the world of distilleries. Then she and I are going to see Harry Styles in Edinburgh. And I'm just kind of like gonna chill around Edinburgh for a couple of days and go to the SMWS vaults and also Queen Street, which I've never done before. So that'll be pretty interesting. Trying to figure out a way to meet up with a couple other barflies that are in that particular area, and that first week is really a swath of Edinburgh and then going up the Highlands into I'll go up to Inverness, and I'm just gonna stop by what looks good. I've definitely got planned. I've got two full sheets printed out of itinerary of just distillery tours. And so I've got all those booked. But like I might just want to stop by Blair Athol. I'm not going to do a tour there, but I want to stop by there and they stop by to Matin, just kind of do some drive-by things. I'm excited to get an idea of the lay of the land and that part of the country that I haven't really seen before. And also get an idea of their history, the architecture, just kind of be absorbed in that part of Scotland in the northeast section. Um, so I'm really super excited about seeing the tallest stills in all of Scotland. So being able to see Glenmorangie is going to be kind of crazy. Dan, Glenmo Dan, and then Bry Simpson. Both of them have been super on, encouraging and Bry's set up a way for me to be able to go and see some things at Glenmorangie. And I think that's one of my favorite, just every expression is solid. Every one of their core expressions are just solid. And then when they do, some interesting different things like the Signon and Capital Estate, I absolutely love that. Aster, or just a star, however you want to say it. Those I just absolutely adore. So I'm looking forward to getting the behind the scenes kind of view of that. As most of you know, I went to Oban is where I started my journey wanting to know how things work. And as a technical writer, someone who wants to see process, it's not just the idea of, oh, this tastes good. I want to see and meet the people who made it happen. I'm still jonesing and trying to see if I can get into the Speyside Cooperage on a media tour. I don't I don't have a big hefty YouTube card to throw, but I did really try to throw one there just to see. They're doing some construction at the Speyside Cooperage, so that they don't have their tours going right now. So hopefully, maybe fingers crossed, that all works out and it'll be good to go. Let's see who else. Hey, Malt, Minion Chuck, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yay, I love it. James is having a Kilkerran heavily peated batch 8. Dropped if you have a destination, you could send it there, but won't hang for long. Oh, I gotcha. A Whiskey X for 50 pounds. Wow. Well, thanks, James. I appreciate you popping in for sure. Yeah, I think that's going to be my biggest problem is figuring out what to buy and what not to buy. Mr. Great Shot has got mine and Mark Gigi's favorite Ardbeg, the Oogie. We are going to have fun at Ardbeg. Last time I was there, they were just starting construction on their second still house, and now, of course, it's rocking and rolling. So I'm certainly looking forward to seeing how that's going to go. My cousin Tootie, hey Teresa, thanks. We will definitely do some safe travels coming in on Facebook. And I know I appreciate sending all the love up there up Mississippi. Love y'all. Hey Martin, good to see you. Sandra, y'all. And this guy's been over there driving in a big truck, and because of his advice, I made sure I got a small car to drive on those narrower roads. They're pretty narrow, and then there are the sheep, and then there are the cows and the lorries, the big trucks that are a little intimidating, and you have to tell your brain, stay in the left lane, stay in the left lane. Oh man. So this 15, It's at 46 and it drinks a little hotter than that. Oof. Oh man. Sherry bomb bomb. Not too sweet though. Not super sweet. It's very rich. Very rich. Andrew says that if you drop in at the Dork Castle, then get them to pour you some Kieran 18 from your club shelf bottle. I'll say, hey, I'm with Andrew. My goodness, I'll do it. We'll see how far I get. You never know. Hey, George, I was talking about you a while ago about the whole FOMO. I love how George has a great post today on Instagram about the SMWS code 33 FOMO, which would be Ardbeg, which is might as well just have a big horn on the bottle called unicorn, because they just those don't happen very often at all. Not very at all. Hey Doug, great to see you. I'm gonna wish the pilots a really good day. Coming to Facebook. Thanks for being here and holding down the fort here while Mark and I are gone. So you're wearing my Scotch in the Bayou t-shirt. Yay! I love it. I love it. So Sugar Kitty is multitasking in the way of watching 3 different streams. Wow. Cooking pork tenderloin and writing a computer programming. Dude, wow. Yeah, that's multitasking times a bunch. That's awesome. But yeah, so and I love the idea that people are really, like Mark, JG, and Andrew are talking about the Dornick Castle. There's just so cool about the way the community, chats back and forth and everything. Whiskey fishing, what great combo that is. You could do whiskey fishing at Scotch on the Bayou, man. Absolutely. People think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Yep. Absolutely. All day, every day. Great to have you here. Glad you dropped in for sure. And I see the Rices of Oklahoma that have to be happy. And hey, Grace, gonna hold down the fort down at the camp for me. I'll be back sometime in about 3 weeks. Great to see you, friend. Yeah, so packing, I've got all the packing done. The logistics on this trip, there is a reason things cost the way they do. If someone just puts a trip together for you, it's worth it because the amount of time I have spent a la carte and doing this all on my own. And I'm kind of that person that's going to do that. I mean, I would probably give a spec document to a travel agent and say, this is what I want to do. And basically, it would be everything I just did for myself because I am that person. I know what I want to do. I know that there are probably things I don't know that can be done, though, that I might be missing out on, but I'll figure those out later. Um, this trip is pretty heavy distillery, but I'm gonna stop for castles. I'm gonna stop for a museum. We're gonna stop and just like sit by the river spay and just sit there and not do anything, and so it's not a breakneck, I'm doing 4 distilleries a day and all this kind of stuff. I absolutely am not. Even in Speyside, I'm not doing but 2 or 3 a day, and just trying to absorb while I'm there for sure. Um, and within that big pack bag, the 3 bottles, if you saw the post, I guess it was from yesterday. I'm so mixed up on my days. Just know I got to get on a plane tomorrow. Is I had to take something, so I'm taking some Louisiana candied pecans, some praline pecans, because as I said in the post, a Southern woman does not go to a party empty-handed. You do not do that. No way, shape, or form. My grandmother, everybody, my Southern woman card would be ripped from me immediately if I showed up without a sussy or a favor or a prize or that kind of thing. So I've got a couple of those sussies, as we call them, the little prize, a little gift. So I've got some of those, but whiskey wise, and I'm happy with what I have on my shelf. I'm very thankful for the whiskey that I have and I've collected and that I have access to. But there's nothing on my shelf that is so impressive that I'm going to share with Andrew or with Roy or my friend Mike or, you know, any of the other 10 people I know that I'm going to go visit, because they have access to so much more than I do. We just don't have the access to it. I'm going to Mecca. I'm going to the mountain, so me bringing some off independent bottling of something, some particular Scotch single malt is not going to be that big a deal. But what we do have is something that most folks can't get over there. And Texas is putting out some really good whiskey. And because of the laws here, not all that whiskey can be exported over there. So I'm taking 3 bottles. The first is Still Austin's cast strength bourbon. Now, y'all know I ain't a bourbon girl. However, this is really good. I absolutely love the people at Still Austin. I love Chris Hills and what he's done and his whole story about, starting that distillery with his dad and going against the grain of every bit of his being of whether or not it was a good business decision, and he did it anyway because he wanted that special connection with his dad. And they're making really great whiskey, and they've pulled together a group of people to make sure it's good. And Nancy Fraley, Nancy the Nose Fraley, is doing their blending. She even posted tonight about she's narrowed down their cast strength rye that she's blending for them. But that particular cast strength Still Austin bourbon is absolutely delicious. It's chocolate, cherries, and tobacco, and it isn't super corn sweet. Even though it's 70% sweet, I think. Trying to remember what the mash bill was, but there's just just 5% malted barley in it. And then trying to remember, I put it on the label, but anyway, so that's one of the bottles, from Austin, Texas. The other bottle from Texas is one of my favorites. And when I was over to see Jennifer a couple weeks ago, I had to grab an extra bottle because I've hit my bottle too much. I didn't want to put it on the plane, and that is the Andalusia Whiskey Company, their Striker, which is a smoked whiskey, not peated, but smoked. And that when I tell you the still that came on is probably 5 feet in diameter. It's a teeny little thing. It's absolutely adorable. Adorable. And it makes amazing whiskey. And now they're building a still house with a bigger still, all of the things. But that Striker, they smoke the malt with oak mesquite, which, if you know anything about Texas and food and a brisket, you use mesquite wood and apple wood. And it's just got a really rich, flavorful, even a good texture to it. You get the smoke. There's no peat on it, of course, but it's 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 just a very well balanced with the smoke and the sweet. It's very barbecue sauce-ish to me, and I love that bottle. 100% single malt. In the mash bill. So that's the other one. I want to see. Um, ah, it is. You're still up there. That's Jennifer, not Jennifer's dad. Hey, Jen. Good to see you. Oh, let's see who else is. Hey, Joe. There's Joe. What? He's saying hi to George. Let's see who else is in here. Hey, Cynthia. We got everybody from down at the camp. Hey, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, we'll see. I'm woefully behind. I've just been chatting. So Jimmy Jazz is drinking some cast strength peat monster. Yum, 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 yum. Hey, Rob. Good to see you. Drinking the Springbank 15-year. Yum. That sounds good. Great. Whiskey Franco Martin's got SNWS 64 Distillery Festival release, the Luscious Velvet. I saw your post about that. Oh my goodness, that looks really good. You can make sure you follow him on Instagram because after, I'm like clockwork, after every show, he is posting his flight, and I love it. And he uses gorgeous Capita glasses; they're wonderful. So then a Wonderback and Balcones Batch 5 and a Hidden Bar High Rye Bourbon. I do like a high rye bourbon because I like that heat on the sweet. I think is my thing. I think that's it. Um, okay. I'm not Jennifer, phonetically write out how to pronounce that. I'm not even gonna try. I'm glad you enjoy that, Mark. Hey, Judy. Good to see you too. Graham, hey, not long until you're here now. I know. Thank you for being up in the middle of the night. We're gonna make it work. I promise. We really will. I got your note, so we're definitely gonna figure out something there, friend. Yeah, really super excited. I've been telling people just one more sleep if I can sleep. Like if I can sleep tonight. Um, the flight actually is going to be pretty cool. Like I leave New Orleans at 10 till 10 p.m. tomorrow night. And so I'm just going to go to sleep. And then when I get there, it's going to be like noonish in London. I got a couple of hour layover so I can get through customs. And then I'll be there Thursday evening. So I think jet lag wise, I'm gonna work it out just fine. Well, we shall see. Oh goodness. So Martin says you had Chris Seals. Chris Seals is still Austin. You had his dad, Cleveland, at your whiskey club last month. How cool is that? That's really neat. Um, only bringing the good stuff. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. So, the old and dignified profile. Yeah. I love that profile. My pocketbook doesn't always love it, but I definitely do love that. Um, goodness gracious. I'm just saying, hey brother, good to see you. Yes, big adventure tomorrow. Hey Donner, good to see you, friend. Thanks for coming in. I know you're over on the way far side. Last year you drove from Pitlochry. I love saying that, Pitlochry, to Inverness, stopping at Tomatin to get the PX hand feel. Yay, yum. I bet that was really nice. Yeah, I'm anxious to see what the different distilleries have, um, and just and two, if they have them like in smaller bottles. Like sometimes I know they'll do those 300s or 350s instead of the full 700 milliliters, and we'll see. And this guy, Scotch for Dummies, Andrew's in. Hey, welcome, friend. And if I'm correct, today is your birthday. So if it wasn't today, it's either yesterday or tomorrow because my days are all mixed up. So Andrew, if y'all didn't check out the camp dram he and I did when he came down to the camp last year, check it out. Happy birthday, friend, and a big slàinte, y'all. Great seeing you, Andrew. Thank you for being here, friend. This guy has helped tremendously. Oh, I love having a Scott so handy here in the States for sure. I'm actually gonna have a blast. I'm gonna have a blast. I'm gonna eat very well because of you. I'm going to a really cool restaurant because of Gregor, his suggestion on that. And Edinburgh, one of his buddies is a chef there. So I'm going to kitchen rather. And there I am also manifesting that. Now, in addition to manifesting seeing Billy Walker at Glenallachie, I'm manifesting seeing Harry Styles at this restaurant. And I'm putting it out to the universe, see if it happens. We'll see. So Martin, okay, thank you. Chianti, I can say I've heard of that. I've heard of that for sure. So Graham says, I think you'll be surprised at how great Speyside is as a whiskey region. It's underappreciated compared to Island Campbelltown currently. I I yeah, I could see that. Just for the sense of, I think people just say, "Oh, well, it's all sherried. It's all this," and um not only do they have the longevity, when you look, so that in particular is something I'm really interested in. Again, I'm going kind of reverting into my tech writer and compare and contrast and brain that I have. But you look at these baby brand new distilleries like Holyrood, they're not even putting out their whiskey yet. They're very, very close, but they don't have it out yet. You look at them, you look at Rasse, who's just, a year and a half to into theirs, Ardnamurk and those. So they're in the infancy of their distilleries up against some big heavy hitters in the Speyside area. When you look at Cardew, okay, like 1824, I think, Glenfarclas, and you look at how old, all the grants, all of that. And you look at something like Glenfiddich, this huge, what you would think mass market, but they're the ones who started even offering a single malt to where we could have a single malt as opposed to it just all going into a blend. So they really, I'm interested to just dive into it a little bit. And I think once I get in there, I'm going to uncover a lot more I want to learn about. So I absolutely believe that for sure. Yeah, Gregor, I don't know that he's 21, but but he is very young for his age. I know. um, what adventure you've got ahead of you? What days are you in London? So, and yeah, the experiences I'm very stoked about. So again, I do want to just kind of soak everything in, um, try to absorb the environment. It's going to take me a couple of days to go, holy smoke, I'm in Scotland. I'm not on the Bayou in the Morsha. Um, but yeah, so definitely you've got the distillery tours and tastings, those lined up. Of all of those, I've got two splurges that I did, and one is the Gordon and MacPhail single cask tasting. That one I'm really looking forward to. Mainly, one main reason is because I want to try some things that hopefully they'll have there that you can't get at the distillery where the spirit came from. There's so many of the Diageo owned spirits like the Dalian, Linkwood, different things that you can't get just off the shelf. So so seeing what they've been able to do with it, I met Richard Urquhart up in excuse me, in Victoria last January. Totally enamored by him and the whole. Upon further reading about his family and Glenn Grant and how all of that worked up there, with Gordon MacPhail, grocery store turned into, independent bottlers, all of that. I'm really looking forward to that. So that was kind of a splurge as far as, dollar amount, but the quality of what those drams are going to be, I know are going to be spectacular. Having a driver that day, so I can completely enjoy those endeavors. There's only 2 days where I'm going to be driving, where I'll have driving drams. I won't be able to partake, but that's okay. It's all going to work. I'll just smell everything, be really happy, and then be able to take my time with those drams later. The other one though, Matt, the other one is, I absolutely, I am a Campbelltown fangirl. And well, I mean, I'm a Scotland Town girl because I like all the regions, quite frankly. But between Glen Scotia and Springbank, I'm just like, this is going to be awesome. So I am going to be able to do the barley to bottle experience at Springbank, and being able to, go through the whole process is going to be awesome. But to blend my own full size bottle of Springbank is kind of, not going to lie, I'm pretty stoked about that. Mark's not doing that tour. Mark's got a free day in Campbelltown, just kind of sit and watch the seagulls or something. He's gonna have a day off that day. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. And then we end up once we go to Campbelltown, then we'll go over to Isla. And then when we come back to Glasgow, we fly into London at the end for a couple of days. And I'm just gonna kind of like stay in the neighborhood we're staying, not try to see everything. I've not been to London before, so I know I can't possibly do the whole, everything London has to offer in 2 days. But what I will get to do is I'll get to meet up with Andrew. So Mark and I are going to have dinner with Andrew here, and he won't have to worry about it being 2:00 in the morning. Because it will be a decent hour for him. And then the next day, Mark and I go to Wembley, and we see Harry Styles in Wembley. I needed to say, like, growing up and watching Freddie Mercury and Queen and Live Aid was like that was a switch in my brain when it came to music in my formidable years, right? Just the idea that he commanded this huge stadium with a Deo, all of that. I can remember it like it was yesterday. Absolutely remember it like it was yesterday. And it's something about Wembley. Wembley is like a bucket list venue. I'm super excited it's Harry Styles because I really, really like him. But just about anybody in Wembley would have done. I want to see that place just rocking, to say that I've been at Wembley is going to be pretty cool. So that's what we're doing. And then the next day we fly home. When we're home, the next day is our wedding anniversary on the 15th. And we're both going to go to sleep for our anniversary. We're just going to sleep, because we're going to need a vacation for the vacation. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that part for sure. Let me see who else is in here. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'm glad. Just Andrew, I'm so happy that you popped in, and we could always wish you a big happy birthday. It's a really big deal, The Cadenhead shops, yes, they have 200 milliliter bottles. Wonderful. That's the kind of thing I want to like. I wouldn't know that. I talked to Daniel a lot in about Campbelltown, and he gave me some pointers. But yeah, the 200 milliliter bottles, we don't have enough time to do their tour and tasting, but I definitely can grab some of those because I want a variety of different things, Yeah, but the Springbank, the Glen Scotia, we're doing the warehouse tour for that one. So yeah, pretty cool. Here's another example. Those independent bottlings, I'm telling you, Ben Rennis, fanboy, love it. After several independent bottlings, fantastic worm tub spirit. Can't you just nail a worm tub spirit? I mean, there's something about it. It's just really interesting. I love it. I didn't catch which one you're talking about, but that is your wheelhouse, right? Sweet and Pete in a snuggle fest. If y'all know Andrew from Scotch for Dummies, he is all about that Pete world. He absolutely loves his Isla Pete's. So the first week, yes, Edinburgh, Inverness, so I'll do Clynelish and Glenmorangie, and then I'm 3 days in Speyside. Then I'll come and I'll get to Glasgow and I pick up Mark. So then he's flying in a week from tomorrow. So we're in Glasgow for a couple of days, and I get to see that guy. You know him. We all love him, Mr. Roy Duff. Looks as though we might be doing the show that Thursday. So stay tuned. Be aware of that. And then we're going to try to get everybody together at some place. Maybe the Potstill, Bonacore. I'm not sure yet, just yet. On Friday. Definitely want to go by the spirits company. Just kind of take it easy. Let Mark get a little adjusted to the time. So we'll be there a few days, and then we start and we head up north and we go through Glencoe, Fort William, and then we start hitting the western highlands. So we're going to go up to Skye, hit Talisker if we can, but we get to spend the night and stay at the Isle of Raasay. And I'm so stoked about that. I'm so excited to see Alistair Day, the owner again, the co-founder. Got to meet him in 2019 at the Isla Whiskey Academy, and you could just tell right away he got it. Like he was just so excited about what he was doing, and he brought his grandfather or his great grandfather's leather binder with all the blends. His family had come from a blending background, and the idea that he was pulling this nostalgic and family tradition with him to start this distillery on this little island off of Skye. And he had a very clear vision about what he wanted to do. And I really respected that and just kept up with him, and now get to see him. Mark JG got to go up there when Roy did his show at Raasay. And, and Gregor as well. Gregor was thoroughly impressed, I believe, with Alistair and Raasay. So, just being able to do that and being able to see the things. So it's not just going to be just the whiskey. Like, you could go and you could do the tour, but when you're in this community, and we've, like with Graham and with Andrew and, Pete Head, Frank reached out to me, and he's going to be over there about that time. And it's like, all of this is converging, and it's because the whiskey's great, but it's the people that really turn it up to 11, And so I'm super stoked about getting to see those folks. And then we kind of do some island hopping. We're going to go through 7 ferries, y'all. I was never so glad I got all the ferries lined up. I literally poured myself a drink after that, because it's like, whew, got them all done, got them all booked, got them all printed out, ready to go. Now, if the ferries will just work and there won't be a strike, we're all golden, So yeah, just real excited about that part. Oh my gosh. Yes. Beverly, friend. Oh, I miss you terribly. Yes. Harry Styles twice. It's, you know me, I'm a mess. She is one of my music friends. She and I absolutely adore this band called the Avett Brothers that we've seen more than a few times together. Oh, I miss you. I need to come see you in the mountains. You need to come see me in the swamp. Just come on. Goodness. So, Wembley was completely rebuilt for the Olympics, and nothing like Live Aid, but it's still a national stadium in England. It won't be anything as far probably physically, but it will be as rocking. I bet you it's gonna be crazy. I did. I mean, even we were watching it. Mark and I were watching Live Aid not too long ago, because I wanted to say it. I was like, you could tell that's not what it really looks like now. But yeah, I'm still pretty stoked about it for sure. Hey Mike, thanks for being here. I am going to do my dangest to have a super, super fun night. So, Mark JG is telling my Mark that that he has to stay up and go to the pot still, and then close it down on his first night. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, that's good to know. I mean, I knew that's the Bath Street one, right? It's directly across the street from SMWS. In fact, both are downstairs places. That's good to know. Yeah, I like to know where I'm going before I get there. So my Google Maps, I've got everything. I've got all my little stuff starred, and it's really pretty cool. Yeah, Mark GG, you're so right. It's the people. It's always the people. I mean, we could all just be sitting in a room tasting whiskey going, oh, this really tastes good. But if you don't share it with somebody, you couldn't tell anybody that it tasted good. I mean, that's the whole point, right? So, yeah. So we go Rasay, we'll come back down, take another ferry, get back on the mainland. Then we go over to Ardnamurchan. Super excited about that one. Ardnamurchan, another upstart, young, independent bottler who now has a distillery, much like going to McPhail. And let's see, there's a couple of others. Well, Hunter Lang. So, that has Arnaho now. So that's really going to be interesting in what they have. I want to see what their casks are like. We're doing a tour there. Then we'll spend the night there, and then we'll jump over to Mull, just to go through Tobermory. We're not gonna do a tour there, but just kind of stay there and just again slow the trip down, and just enjoy the countryside and enjoy all of that. We'll get back over to Oban. Hopefully, that's where we might see Frank and Pete Head to all of you barflies. And then we'll go to Oban to kind of do a homecoming thing. I haven't quite figured out what we're going to do yet, but that's where my journey started. So it only felt right to like make full circle, and come back to where that was. So we'll do that. And then we haul it down to the Kintyre Peninsula to Campbelltown. And so we were there for a couple of nights, do a tour, do that barley to bottle at Springbank, and then take the ferry over to Isla. I am so excited for Mark to be to Isla, for Mark to see Isla. For those who've been fortunate enough to be able to get to that island, to get to Scotland is amazing in one thing, especially for us over in the States. It's a long ass way over there. Okay. And but there's something about Isla that's so different. And I know it's cliche, but the idea of it being magical. I've never in my life seen a double rainbow end to end. I've never seen that, but I did on Isla. The idea that there's palm trees on Isla just kind of blows my mind. But the ambiance and just the whole pace of life there, being what it is another level. And I'm super excited for my Mark to be able to see that. And this whole trip really, because he puts up a lot. He puts up with a lot with me. He really does. And he's such a big cheerleader, but I want him to get it. I want him to say, oh, this is why she wigs out over that distillery. This is why she gets so excited about, whatever. I want him to see the people, see the process, and maybe it'll make a little bit more sense, that he's put up with me for all these years. And oh, by the way, honey, guess what? I'm starting a whiskey channel. But yeah, so I'm real excited about that part. I really am. Martin's talking about the Aaron Amarone and the journey. Disliked it until it got, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. It really needed to air out, didn't it? Then it was really, really good. Absolutely. I get you there. Aaron was a sacrificial lamb for this trip. I had planned to add Aaron to it, but they were doing construction there. So at the La Cranza distillery. So I moved that to a next time. For sure. So while I'm there, so shows. So next Tuesday is the 30th, and I will be in Speyside in Dufton. And we'll be at the Gables Whiskey B&B. And I've talked to Anjay there, and we are going to do a show. It's probably going to be about 3 or 4 o'clock Central Time in the afternoon. They have quiet hours, as you would imagine. And I don't want to disturb people trying to do a show at 2 a.m. I would get up at 2 a.m. and do one, but I don't want to disturb. I don't want to be that person, So everybody may be at work, or you can catch it on the replay. And it's probably going to be a short one, maybe a 30-minute show. But I do want to do a quick update from Speyside. I'll also be doing Instagram Lives wherever I can get some Wi-Fi and see if that works from different places. So at Scotch on the Bayou on Instagram and Facebook, it'll show up on Facebook as well. So there's that. Then the next Tuesday, which I think is the 6th, maybe, yeah, we'll be in Campbelltown. So I intend to do one there as well. So again, probably abbreviated, shorter version, but a check-in from Campbelltown and let you know what's going on and what all we've seen and done. And then the 13th, there won't be a show because that's the night I'm in Wembley. And I don't think I could get a signal if I tried, because every other Harry Styles fan's going to be wanting to, hey, look at me, I'm at Wembley. I'm so going to do that. Don't think I won't, but I will for sure. So Wembley has a retractable roof now. That's interesting. I know one of his other Wembleys, they did not close the roof and it was raining like cats and dogs, but I don't care. I just want to be there for sure. Graham says he was very happy with the internet connection in Dufton. Good to know. Very good to know. Rob says Campbelltown is equal to Nirvana. Oh man. I would imagine. My friend Terry Lamb is there at the Campbelltown Festival, and she's losing her mind. She had a picture of a 27-year-old Springbank today, and it was just like, golly, I can't even imagine. So all of that. Then we get back. We like I said, we'll leave. Get back from Isla. So on Isla, we're doing Bunnahabhain warehouse number 9. We're doing the Lagavulin warehouse tour with Ian MacArthur. 2 distilleries on my former trips that I've never went to. And then we're just going to go do some, we'll walk from Lagavulin to Lafroig and Ardbeg. Got a little surprise from Mark we're going to get to do at Lafroig. And then the next day, we're going to be with my buddy Rachel McNeil, who has the Isla Whiskey Academy. She's picking us up. We'll go do the Buna tour. And then she's going to take us all over the island and just have fun and get to visit with her. I mean, I really miss seeing her. It's been 4 years. It's really crazy to think that. But, this trip was supposed to happen in 2020. Now it's happening now. And we're just going to do that. Yes, Mark, definitely going to the woolen mills, because if there's any way possible, I'm bringing our girl back, Jennifer, some fun stuff to work with. She's an absolutely unbelievable seamstress, she and her mom. So I have to find some fun things in there for that. That's good to know. People are being good about letting you know. Everywhere we're staying, we should be able to do to jump on some Wi-Fi. So I think we'll be okay. We'll see. I'm a little skittish about bad Wi-Fi since I had all this issues. And yes, Graham, we are going there for sure. I'm very excited about that. Just I want to see more of the culture, and like I said, it's not just all about the distillers. There's a lot of them, but we're there for 3 weeks. I'm there for 3 weeks, so even a 2-week time period is a good long time to be there, for sure. But being able to see, friends that I met in 2019, getting to see other barflies in an area like, I'm hoping Scott Monroe's around in Glasgow, different just folks that you've encountered and you feel like, but I really want to see them. Like I'm like a tactile person. So here's the thing too. If you're over there, just know being Southern means we give hugs. We're just a huggy kind of people. I'll ask first, but don't be surprised if I just hug folks. But yeah, so looking forward to that. Mike, Roy, and Alistair, Caitlin, getting to see Rob Kelly. Hamish, I think maybe we'll be able to see him and Inverness. Graham, of course. I mean, just it's really cool. The whiskey's gonna be something, but all of that, being able to see these folks, this is what we call lanyap in Louisiana. Lanyap. It's pronounced Lanyap. Lanyap. It's not spelled that way. But what it means is a little something extra. If you go to the bakery and you get a 13th, yeah, you order a dozen bagels and you get a 13. That 13th bagel is the lanyap. It's the something a little, thank you present. The lanyap of going here and going to Scotland and enjoying all that it has culturally, the food, the environment, the landscape. Oh my gosh, the Highlands are just unbelievable. The whiskey is going to be fabulous. But getting to see those people, that's the lanyap. That's exactly it. Um, you know, we are at 1,292 subscribers, almost to 1,300. So I'd love to hit that, but I'm very thankful for what we have. We've grown the channel for a good bit with some fits and starts, to almost 1,300 in 2 years. And I'm like really happy with that. But it's a lot of energy to do the show. It's a lot of energy to do videos. And I need this trip to get some oomph in me to get more content out. There's going to be so much to work with. I'm so thankful. And I'm going to really enjoy putting that together for everyone to see, to share with all of you. Again, I've talked a lot about my family and how supportive they are from Mark, and all that he does for me, for my brother with all my graphics that he does. My folks are coming to take care of the dogs in the house as we go. So we're going to be able to do that. That support means so much to me. My work life, between my boss understanding that I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks, to my 2 fantastic tech writers that I work with, I know with confidence everything's going to be fine there, and I'm not going to have to worry about work while I'm gone. So that is a really big plus. Goodness. So Donna's talking a little bit about more. There's lots of independent Boona, excuse me, available. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, give it a thumbs up if you can, guys. Got a little tickle there. Sorry about that. But yeah, I want to see what were y'all talking about being amazing? I want to see. Oh, the American Memorial on Isla. That's on the very, I want to say on the very tip of the far western side, past Brookline, isn't it? I think that's where that is. I did in 2016. I went to Cloden, and that was an experience. That was startlingly eerie for me. I'm so glad I did that, but it was very eerie. So this is Jennifer. Yes, friend. I wish you could come and drink with me at the vaults, but yes, definitely next year. I think we've already corrupted one another for 2024. We'll have to work on that for sure. Yeah. So all that to say, the support is very important. And you all, coming here tonight, we've had over 30 at a couple times on. I appreciate your support. The Camp Drammers are immense. Thank you so much. You basically help underwrite some of these experiences, and I'm excited to be able to bring some of that, especially back to all the Camp Drammers. You show up, you have fun, you're generally interested. And I think we're building a really good community, you know? So I just want to thank everybody for that. Um, I'm gonna wind it down because I have to go back through my luggage tonight and I have to go back through Mark's luggage because I do have to pull in a full day tomorrow at work just so I can sleep and I can know that everything's cool and chill. It and yeah, I have to make sure that's all taken care of, and I feel good about that. George, thank you so much. Definitely, we'll see you on the side. We'll make it back over here. I promise. Um, yeah. So I really do appreciate it. Hey, Michael, good to see you in. Kind of like going to see France, you taste, see, and experience how all the fries are cut. Seeing French culture and asking the locals about it is part of the worldwide phenomenon. It really is. Being able to see what's out there beyond the parish line, as we say down here, it's a really a big deal. Great, thanks, Chad, and I hope so too. We're trying to work on it, for sure. But again, thank you so much for the support, all the love. Know that I'm taking you all in spirit with me. Stay tuned to Instagram, and I'll see you next Tuesday from freaking space side. Can you believe it? Thanks, guys. Love you. Mean it. Slàinté, y'all.